For our fuels project, we are doing it on a 2017 Kenworth T880 with the MX-13 PACCAR engine, and this is the EPA 17 model. First, we start off with the fuel tank. We have the return and the suction line, or suction and return from the top of the engine. Come over here to the engine, primary filter, secondary filter, low side lines, this is specifically the low side return line right here. And this is a 2-unit injection system. The pump for the pump fuel up to the unit injectors is down here. One of the unit injectors is located right here. That's unit injector number 2. And this one is unit pump number 2, or number 1. And these lines come from the unit pumps. 1, 2. This is the fuel manifold. For priming this system, when you're doing a PM, you're going to use the primer, but these engines are notorious for taking a long time to prime up, especially even if you pre-fill the filter. You can use a Davco Shop Pro and remove this return line and attach it right here, pumping or sucking a vacuum from the return, pumping into the fuel tank to remove all the air from the system. The only test port on this fuel system is right here, that is easily accessible at the secondary filter, and this is a Davco filter. This is a filter wrench that you would use to remove the filter housing. This is the return line to the tank. This is the suction line on the low side. Then we move up to the high side. We have the fuel rail right here and the injector tubes that go all the way through the head to each injector. We have a pressure sensor, which is bypassed right now for testing purposes, and a pressure relief valve, which is located right here. Coming to the top of the engine, I have the valve cover off, and this will show the fuel rail much easier. And this is that cross tube that will cross from the relief to the top of the manifold right there. All the injectors are here. All 6. 3 have been replaced. 3, 4, and 6 have been replaced. Hold down is a torque to yield bolt that is non-reusable, and you can see easier the cross tubes coming through the head. Right there, right there, right there, and you have to pull those lines back when removing each injector. Moving on to the after treatment system, you can see easy right here. You can see the EGR valve right there, EGR. And then come across to the other side of the truck. We have the after treatment system, EGR, like I said, fuel dosing module. This is a NOx sensor and a temperature sensor. This one is a differential, or another sort of sensor for the hot side of the turbo. You can test the fuel doser by taking it off and putting it on a beaker to see how much fuel it is flowing. Coming down here, we have the DOC from the downpipe. We have temperature sensor. On the back side, there is a differential pressure tube, the DPF, SCR, and the decomp. On the outlet part of the decomp, we have another temperature sensor to read outlet temperature, NOx sensor, and a particulate matter sensor. Underneath the truck here, we have a better view of the sensors and all the brain boxes for the units. We have the temperature sensor for the DLC located right there. Differential pressure tube, that's that red tube. There's the module right there. Going into the SCR, another temperature sensor. NOx sensor unit. And up top, which is hard to view, you have the DPF doser. And that has a module on top, the DEF doser. And that's about it for the after treatment system. So here we have the truck running right now. This is the OTR scanner that is good for guys that want a quick scanner, cheap, inexpensive. The truck is idling right now. This is what the scanner looks like. And yeah, usually at PACCAR you use Davy, but for instance my dad uses this scanner because he can check and view how the truck is doing during the day.